Turkey should have dominated European tourism, not competed, dominated. It has warmer seas than Spain, lower prices, bigger cities, and more history packed into a single square mile than most countries have in total. Turkey sits between Europe and Asia. It is surrounded by 4 seas, so filled with ancient ruins, coastal towns, and world-class food. On paper, Turkey should have been Europe's exotic playground. Instead, when Europeans booked their holidays, they went to Spain, not Turkey. And that decision wasn't about beaches. It was about trust. People think travel is rational, that destinations rise because they are beautiful. They don't. Tourism runs on emotion. People don't ask, where is the most interesting place? They ask, where feels safe? Where feels familiar? Where feels easy? And Spain answered those questions clearly. Turkey didn't. And once that gap forms, it compounds, becomes bigger. Spain didn't just advertise itself. It integrated into Europe. EU membership, open borders, shared currency, and cheap flights. And Spain became an extension of Europe. Turkey stayed outside. Different passport rules, with different regulations and different headlines. For Europeans, Spain felt close, and Turkey felt foreign. That psychological distance mattered more than the geography. Turkey suffered from something Spain never did: geopolitical headlines, coups, protests, border conflicts, terror attacks. And most travelers couldn't locate Ankara, but they remembered the news. Spain's problems felt internal, but Turkey's felt unstable. Tourists don't research risk. They absorb the vibes. And Spain projected relaxation. Turkey projected uncertainty. And that alone redirected millions of vacations. So Turkey didn't lose tourism because it lacked beauty. It has beauty. It lost because people stopped seeing it as predictable. We have seen that politics and perception push tourists towards Spain. Now comes the uncomfortable part, the culture. Spain makes visitors feel unrestricted. There's cheap alcohol, relaxed dress codes, public affection, and wild nightlife, among others, while Turkey is more conservative. Alcohol is expensive, social rules vary by region, public behavior feels watched, you are being watched. Spain tells tourists, do whatever you want. Turkey quietly asks, please be respectful. So one says escape, the other asks awareness. Mass tourism chooses escape. Spain allowed entire regions to become playgrounds. Ibiza, Magaluf, Lloret de Mar. Cities built for chaos. Turkey never went that far. For stronger policing, more regulations, less tolerance for disorder, and Turkey wanted tourists, but not at any cost. They preserved the culture, but killed momentum. Party tourism creates pipelines. Pipelines create habits, and habits create dominance. Spain embraced that loop, but Turkey resisted it. Spain picked one audience, that is, young Europeans. Turkey tried to balance Europeans, Russians, Middle Eastern tourists, domestic travelers, and it became many things. Turkey became many things. Spain became one thing very well. Tourism rewards clarity. Turkey didn't fail. It chose dignity over spectacle, and also stability over excess, meaning over chaos. Spain chose volume, and volume wins tourism wars. No beauty, not history, not depth.